Former President Trump indicted again.
A stunning fourth indictment against former President Donald Trump.
The indictment returned here is expansive and encompassing. It charges 19 people with 41 counts.
Check out the headlines. All the president's men and women, the Don and his mob. It was after dark last night when the grand jury in Atlanta handed down the indictment.
It looks like the clerk is receiving paperwork now.
A clerk surrounded by reporters turned the document over to the judge.
Royals, everything went as it should have in front of the grand jury.
He flicked through it briefly before signing off. Then, as the clock ticked close to midnight, Fulton County DA Fani Willis made it official.
The defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise to overturn Georgia's presidential election result.
There are many well-known faces among the 18 co-defendants, loyal lieutenants who led the charge back in 2020 to keep Trump in power. Lawyers Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Jenna Ellis. They were all at that train wreck press conference when Giuliani's hair dye ran down his face.
He's the consummate happy warrior, and he's ready to fight this thing in court.
Also indicted, Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and Trevion Cuddy, a publicist for, of all people, Kanye West. The indictment alleges that Cuddy went to the home of election worker Ruby Freeman and pressured her to falsely admit she worked to rig the election.
Do you know how it feels to have the President of the United States to target you?
Moments after the indictment came down, Trump took to social media, lashing out at the DA in all caps, calling her phony Fani Willis, and promised to reveal a report next week that will exonerate him.
This marks the fourth act of election interference by crooked Joe Biden.
In a new video released by his campaign, he scoffs at the Georgia indictment with his usual bravado.
Just as we've prevailed before, we will once again emerge stronger. Next November, we will win back the White House.
Trump and his co-defendants now have 10 days to turn themselves in. If they don't, the DA vows she'll issue arrest warrants. Trump's attorney appeared on Fox News.
He's got to surrender by the 25th. The debate's on the 23rd. What's the plan?
To surrender. They're going to force him to have a mugshot. The purpose of a mugshot is when you don't recognize someone, you think there's a flight risk. This man is the most famous person in the world. The DA plans to try Trump and all his co-defendants together, setting the stage for a grand American spectacle.
She wants to have them all in the courtroom at the same time. That would be a picture.
That's just impossible.
Yeah, cameras in the courtroom are allowed in Georgia, and we'll see whether or not that happens.